Hello everyone. I've been mute. I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know. I was ramping all over myself. Okay. So please, if you can't hear me, always type in the chat. Get on letting me know. Thank you for letting me know that I've been mute. By a call. Okay. So hopefully I'm audible. My name is Kakoza, and I'm part of the team at the Central Code. And this is our first this is our second cohort, our first session. So we welcome you. This cohort started last year, where we have builders who can be on site. So that means that you come, stay, eat, sleep, and build from here for 16 weeks. And then we also have online attendees. So the other thing is, the real essence of this bootcamp is to put us on a pedestal of ensuring that we can earn and benefit from the opportunities that are coming from this space, given its promises, the means of it being open source, decentralized, and the ease at which you can easily break through the ice if you're skilled. So our essence is to get through each and everything, to turn every stone, to make sure that we not only remain relevant, but earn living and grow ourselves and our networks through the Web3 and decentralized technologies. So I think that's enough for me. I hope that I am really audible. If you can hear me well, give me a thumbs up or some sort of thing that, okay, thank you. All right. So these sessions go from 17 hours UTC Pra 3 or East African time to 8 or 9, depending. So since today is our first session, we are really going to, I'm going to engage us I can, and we are also going to be laying the ground to make sure that we earn from every session that we have. So without further ado, so the opportunity. I always love to start from where the opportunity is. When many people come to this field, it seems as if it is saturated, but I'm one of the believers of the opportunity that it provides. Just having the capacity of you receiving assets and utility on your wallet without engaging any centralized entity, things like registration, is something that is powerful. That's already an advantage. But where is the huge opportunity? So there is at least a level real global competition compared to other mechanisms of developing. In most cases, in other technologies, you have to know someone, you have to build it, you have to go through a bureaucratic process. But here, if you get the skill and you contribute and put yourself out there, trust me, it is so open, and your work will speak for you. So we have an opportunity for these technologies being open source and high demand for contribution. So no permission to be rewarded. We are seeing this in DeFi, also DeFi protocols and BTC-Fi. And also we are having an opportunity to engage in decentralized autonomous organizations. Many of us leave this field, but I think this is one of the greatest fields to lobby for resources, to engage globally on things that matter in a given protocol, and also to get real rewards from our engagements. Some of the DAOs give airdrops to people who engage in passing off given of given proposals in their DAOs, all those who engage in voting and things like that, and also those just who attain. So because this field is a field where you have to sort of prove, your skin in the game, or your availability. Like, you have to show up and show that you're showing up. Participating in DAOs, even with very minimal skills, is one of the greatest ways to be part and benefit from this ecosystem. So yeah, there's also an eye-opening on asset management. In the Web2 standard, asset management used to be for wealthy, rich people, maybe politicians or big businessmen. But with this technology, we can double down on creating our own asset management mechanisms. Maybe it could be just having a seed wallet, to having smart contracts that these assets, which assets we can use to participate in many other things. Yeah, as we shall see going on. Please, if you have any questions, always put them in the chat, or let me know in any way, so that you don't leave anyone behind. Okay, so today we are looking at that. Where is the value? How do we benefit? Because when you see the value, you can trace back to where you are and the kind of journey you need to. The sort of teaching that happens at the central code is not a teacher to student, it's a peer-to-peer kind of mechanism. And the way we do it is that we open up to what we know and what we don't know, and let the builders research in their own directions. We sort of set the foundation and give that access to builders, because Web3 is a very huge field. No one can know everything, and opportunities are coming up and closing as well. So yes, we have to check ourselves, and also we have to be checked. Yes, I think someone has their mic on, so please can turn it off as we continue. Okay. So as we've seen on our second presentation, our second slide, I'm going to be expanding on where exactly in terms of links do we find these opportunities. And we are going to start with bounties and hackathons. So meaning that if you've gone through this bootcamp, or you're using other techniques as maybe your vibe coding, and you can make it, there are all these sorts of opportunities, that all these platforms that you can instantly be part of without asking for permission, as long as you're skilled. Right now on Dora Hacks, I think we have the StackNet Redefined hackathon happening. So yeah, Dora Hacks is a platform where hackers and builders who are building can come and compete, and then you can win a bounty to further your innovation, or just win it. Yeah, if you are building mostly on blockchain. So I want to be seeing this, I think, as internet. So these are ongoing hackathons. That means that one of the things we are aiming at post this bootcamp is, by the time you come to the end, you can participate meaningfully, hand in, and at least be part of the competition. Winning is always given by the judges, but this is one of the things that we are pushing towards, so that as African builders, we can also enjoy and partake part of these bounties. Participating in such platforms is free and open. So right now there is the StackNet Hackathon called Redefined Hackathon. So if you we are in the BTC FIBO, if you learn Cairo and building something in that is privacy preserving, you can participate. So part of those who registered for this, but that's not the only hackathon. So need to see that I think my internet is. So there is 45 Labs Web3, all these hackathons. You can get that link and look through hackathons and see always what you can engage. There are hackathons throughout the year. So that means that if you get skilled, you can be part of the people who compete for these bounties. But not only competing for the bounties, but the products that you build can keep enlarging, growing and growing as you get support maybe from competition, if you win one. And use your product elsewhere, as we shall see. Thank you for that. So one of the other platforms is DevPost. Those of us who have done some hackathons on DevPost. So most of the hackathons that happen on DevPost are Web2 and Web3. But yes, you can always come here and join a hackathon. These are all opportunities. If you don't partake some these opportunities, others will. They are open globally. These are some of the great opportunities provided by the internet. So maybe probably as of now, as you're coming to Web3, you have some Web2 skills and building agents in the Web2 world. You could come here, look for a hackathon that you feel would be part, you would be part, or you would participate in, and participate. Why not? I think this is making some noise. Okay, So this is one of the platforms. Other platforms, we have HackQuest. So I think right now we have an arbitrum Google HackQuest. So why am I opening these platforms? There is so many people have very many stereotypes about these platforms. Some think you have to pay to be part of this. Others think maybe they have only chosen. No, as long as you can participate, as long as you can build, create a video of what you build, have an MVP, set it on probably Netlify or Vercel, or sort of build a working demo, and it's meaningful, you can participate, you can engage in that hackathon. So there is now Bitensa, there is Tesa Subnet, there was Manto, which there's a Bitram one. So Bitram is a layer 2, and right now they have another hackathon, 30,000 in bounty. A Bitram one open hackathon. There's AIX Web3, 22,000 Ninja Break for those who have been doing a lot of work in the injective ecosystem. So feel free to check out these platforms. I think I'll share the link to this platform. So there is also Devfolio, and Devfolio has been hosting, I think, most of the hackathons for building on base. If Denver is happening, I think you could participate in many of these hackathons online, participate in many of these bounties, and why not? So the thing is, we want to have a bootcamp that can enable us to get the skills so that we are eligible to participate here. You don't need any paper. Your reputation is your skills, GitHub repository, your social media, and that's it. But even most of the hackathons, as long as you have the skills, you can always participate. So this is one of the ways we are ensuring that we are tackling the issue of why even take part. We have other platforms like Taikai. I think Taikai hosted some of the hackathons that were happening in DevCon. So right now Taikai also has some hackathons going on. You see that even when you don't know the entire scope of things, and maybe you know a given field, probably you've grasped X402, you could come here and participate. I think this one ended by coding for creatives. Casino Hackathon EU finished. So end of Casino. But yeah, there are these that's registration, winners and all. So we have Kraken Forge and this. So these are platforms where you can compete. I would always advise that as you start doing hackathons, you get teams, you interact with other people, get teams so that you don't get worn out if you don't win. Because it's not in every competition that you will win. There are some that you will win, there are some that you will lose. But that means that this opportunity is still there, and it is still an opportunity that we can utilize. Yeah. So we want to make sure that throughout this bootcamp, we get equipped to not to fear such competition, like to take part and build products. So apart from that, if you're a person who has been very deliberate or like has gone deep into smart contracts, there are bug bounties for smart contract auditors for many of these protocols. All these protocols have bug bounties, and so maximum bounty is this is Unify platform. So here, if your SSV network, I think it is a network that has come on. They have, I think, a 1-on-1 with Bitcoin. There is something there on SSV, but you could easily come to a platform. Let me say you've become good at smart contract, or even not good as you're progressing. You can view the bounty, view the bounty, view the smart contracts, and then start looking for. So the SSV network is a fully open source and trusted DVT network that provides a reusable infrastructure solution for decentralized Ethereum validators. So maximum bounty is $1 million. As you go down, you can see how you can submit your bugs, whether you think a bug is critical after testing. These are like the rules to follow, how to get rewarded, and this is the GitHub repository. So as long as you keep building your skills, you could be bad. You could win. One win is a life-changing opportunity for finding bugs. So platforms like Unify. There's also another platform called Katina. It serves this similar purpose with Unify. They have bug bounties for protocols. Uniswap has 15 million in USDC if you find a critical bug. So Yeah, there is, you know, yeah, okay, let me put it there. So yeah, you can go through the disclosure and log in, and always tweak around with the smart contracts. Yeah, and you can always get help from maybe AI. We now have some great AI tools, some extensions that we can put in Casa or Visual Studio. Yeah, simply to make sure that you become part of this, and you can participate as you grow. So these are some of the opportunities. Answering the question, where are the opportunities? So yeah, away from that, there is CodeHawks. Now, CodeHawks is a platform where previous bug bounties, previous bugs that were solved, previous audits took place. So it's also a good place where you can come and see how audits were accomplished. So yeah, but they also sometimes, not sometimes, they also have audits. So, but you can have an opportunity on CodeHawks to view some of the audits that were made on given protocols, Curve, USDC, Cypher, Tester. So like this one that is public, you could go and see the audits that were submitted, and from those you learn and see whether those same vulnerabilities can be part of some protocols that you are currently auditing or figuring out where bugs are. So back to the question of the opportunities. So we have looked at competitions, the meaning that finishing this bootcamp, or even getting very good, becoming good at a given section of the bootcamp, could lead you to start competitions. I advise you start competitions as early as possible. Engage with everything you can use, whether it's an AI agent, so that you go through the process of creating a product, handling in video, describing your product as you keep learning. Yeah. But away from competitions, there are other places like DAO participation. I think as a hopefully all Africans, but I think this end of the globe, the global south, we've really, most especially Africa, really not been taking participation into these decentralized autonomous organizations as a big deal. Yet this is where funding is disbursed for protocols to be developed, for growth, because most of these protocols are decentralized. So you can have your proposals from here. You can see who received, which protocol received what amount of money. Some of you who are looking for loans, so that you go into a protocol which has funding, which has gotten funding. So yeah, some of the platforms that we could just look at, but there are many, is Octant. So Octant is one of the, it's called public goods. I think it's better to find it on X. So public good funding protocol, and they really have, they're welcoming to anyone. So I search for Octant. Okay, Octant, yeah. Recently they are running something, so breaking news and where to fund. So I think they are having now a funding of 25 ETH. So being part of this stream vault, kind of build, being part of these DAOs can give you an insight and also an opportunity to lobby in all manner of sort, because one, you know when they are releasing like public good funding, when they're doing public good funding, you know the timing. Now these are some of the projects that are currently in open like public goods funding by Octant. So this is simply by going on their X and maybe we can listen to this. Hopefully you people can hear. Oh. So, sorry, I think many of you are not hearing. But now, what's happening like right now in Octant is called stream voting. So whereby the protocols that they chose to fund are having like streams every second. But also you as a holder of, let me say, ETH or some token can benefit from this funding. So one of the ways is, I think you can view details. Maybe let me see details here. View details, description, and first of all, you can even see the GitHubs of these networks. Why are they being funded? What do they do? But yeah, there is so they're using something called stream vote. I always go to Octant and see what's happening, but you can also engage. I think there is a time where if you give your tokens for funding, then you can be part of an airdrop by. You don't even give actually. If you stake, like you commit, it's like you're voting on a given. You vote on a given project, then you can become part of eligibility of. You can become eligible for some projects, for tokens of some projects. I think like the upstream token. It was also announced here. But yeah, so engaging and knowing when they are doing funding. Recently, they did funding for creators. You could just being part of the ecosystem, you can know when to apply. Maybe you're doing content, maybe you've built a product and you want it to be funded through public good funding. That's one of the best ways to do that. So yeah, Octant getting started. You can also use it as you're building. Maybe you're building a public good product. Yeah. But these public goods really do fund many projects. Octant has a lot of it, and they usually do funding from the yield they get from this ETH. Sometimes they give it to Lido, Sky, Morpho, and then the profit that is gotten is used for public goods funding. So you can tap into that by engaging in the DAO activity. I think they usually have a DAO X Live. Yeah. So the thing that I wanted to show about this, they had a stream. So hopefully I can see it quickly. If I can't, I'll just I think I can see it quickly. Yeah. So they partnered with Superfluid and as you engage in most of the apps that are being funded here, you can earn sub and be part of their airdrop. So I got this from engaging with Octant, because some of the products they are funding, they're streaming it here. So these are rewards distributed so far. So you can discover apps to earn more sub. Yeah, things like that. Non-financial advice. Okay, these are the apps that you stream. Some of these apps for like stream are base apps. Some are just open apps, but yeah. So as you engage in it now, you can easily climb up the ladders and get to know where opportunities are with minimum risk. Yeah. We've looked at Octant. I really want to look at many of these. I want to look at these opportunities in details so that we don't just go over them. So there is giveth. So sometimes we think like bring your project on giveth is for a given few, but actually giveth is a public good platform. And it's not just a platform, they have a DAO, they have a giveth token, but you can also propose your project, even if it is not for free. I think they do a lot of verify on top of Web3. So you can explore projects to fund. You can as well create. So participating in, I think Giveth has a DAO, participating in this can easily help you to raise funds, or you can become like a senior on how you can raise funds for what you're doing, for the product you're doing from a Web3 perspective. So there's the give token, there's the give back. You can also know, who of us know public nouns and the nouns DAO. So public nouns, I think, is used also. They fund some of the big events. So they come here, a public good project, and then they put their project as a public good and then get funding and get wealth, distributing this so that it makes impact. So even if you don't have a project, you can come here and see who are the people asking for funding and for what reason, and then for them in the Discord, be part of the chat, be part of the proposals that they are having, be part of their treasury, and just by engaging, then you get to work with them in a given way. Sometimes for some of the projects, if you can really be the Discord answer guy for people asking about their whereabouts. So for public nouns, they have the I think they're called the nouns. They have nouns, they're called what? Yeah. I've forgotten the names, but they have nouns that they give, I think, daily. So for you to be part of the nouns, they don't give, but they sell, so that when they get that funding, they use it for public good funding when they get that money. But for you, when you get that now, you become part of the decision makers, things like that. So joining such, it's a nouns NFT. The word was NFT. I don't know why it had skipped my mind. But being in this ecosystem and joining such initiatives can also open for the opportunity of earning, of participating meaningfully and being part of many of these great things. Yeah. So I'm deliberately moving at that space. So you can also create a campaign but you must have things called, you must have like some skin in the game, because it's actually people who are going to be paying towards your course, like to be funding your course. Yeah, so there is a lot of things that you can come just by going to give it and maybe get interested in a project. Follow them through, go to their Discord, go to where there is a place where they write their proposals. See that your parts, and by that you can start easily earning by people seeing the work that you're putting in that DAO or in that community, and simply through that. So back to DAO participation. We start this by saying where is the opportunity, and we first look at platforms to compete. You may be being part of the bootcamp that we are starting and having under skill, all self-teaching. You could participate in hackathons, and we are now looking at participating in DAOs. DAOs, you need to always be informed, you need always to read, be in the Discords, and also have some stake. Maybe you hold their tokens and can vote or can, actively participate. So, yeah, propose engagements. The reason I looked at this, many people ask, okay, where do we sort of vote from? So, different protocols have different places where they vote from, but I think one of the biggest places that that protocols put proposals for the community to vote from is Tally. And let me see. So yeah, in Tally you can gain Explorer DAOs. So immediately when you open, you see that there are active proposals. So before proposals are brought here, they are first put in the forums of those protocols. So as I said, you've seen a protocol, you are getting interested, even when you're not getting interested, because we want to make sure that we engage, we want to earn. You need to learn being interested in a given topic. Maybe every day you read about it. So now there is an active proposal by ENS. So before this proposal mostly comes here, they first discuss about it in the forum, and then it gains weight and people feel it is worth it to be a proposal to be added to the protocol or to be implemented in the protocol. So you can read through even just these proposals. This is from ENS. Okay. Proposal, delegates. So if you could come and use your ETH to vote, or you could delegate it. Following through is one of the things that we need to always participate in, because you can easily know where funds are going, how to to lobby for maybe your community, to lobby for you, to lobby and also to be active, because this is open. You can better know how to better use your tokens, sometimes even be part of airdrops through voting proposals that you've been following through. So these proposals, you can see this is still active. So ENS retro executable proposal. I think there's some sort of retro funding. Some are referring on the initial post introducing the ENS stakeholder analysis retro. So you can even see that just here you have a link to read more about this. Maybe it's their forum. Yes, it is the ENS forum. So with this, you open up, go deeper into ENS. Before you know it, you are an active member. It might not even be costing a lot of money, or even any money sometimes, because like following up in these forums, replying is free. Being active, after they are maybe engaging on the, not even maybe, after they are engaging in the Discord of ENS on a given proposal, yeah, you can read through and see. So, initial retro, this post is meant to provide an update and put forth an on-chain proposal since the first post. A snapshot vote was passed expressing interest in seeing the full proposal. After that, you then posted a more thorough proposal. You can read through the proposal. So this is how we get deep into a protocol. And the reason why we are having this depth, this level of depth, is because it encourages us. This is one of the ways you can bring opportunities to other builders in the ecosystem, other creators. People building of creators of a given sort of product, and you keep contributing meaningfully to it, and networking and working together, then opportunities can be brought into circles right here in the global south. Yeah, so that's it. That's one of the ways engaging our proposals. There are very many platforms to engage in. Yeah, this is Tally is one of the proposal platforms, and there are many protocols on Tally. But there are also other DAOs, by other L1s, by other platforms. So with Store Collective, on Bitcoin. So yeah, reading through this and then starting to get interested in a given protocol, reaching out, knowing maybe how to contribute and how to earn from your contribution is through this kind of now grant, loan interest return to post Bitcoin backed circular economy. So yes, so there is very many people saying no. You can read through the proposal and know why are they saying no, so that when it is your time to even write a proposal, you know what the community is interested in, and maybe you're going or probably going in that direction. This is all decentralized. So one of the, I don't know why this is not coming out. Okay, yeah. So one of the platforms, one of the protocols that was part of the last year's DevFest was the Unlock protocol, and we've seen now in DAO they have a proposal here. We've seen them on Giveth, like soliciting for funds, and you see you engage and engage more. You now know, okay, if I want to, how do I benefit from Nouns DAO, and how do I impact the Nouns DAO community, or what product do they need? What are they up to? Because we've seen them in Giveth, and you can read through why they have that proposal in public goods, and you can also read here which exact reason they have this proposal. Go in their Discord and and of that. So the protocols that spoke. The first was Unlock protocol. I saw it here. Yeah, they have. If you want to do on-chain ticketing, they have Discord. I think they meet. DAO meets every Tuesday and Thursday, but you can all of these through. Sometimes they are done through the annual, through their platforms like the official website. Yeah, just reading the DAO, what they are putting their money into. So now this was the protocol DAO budget for Q1, Q2. Probably building something that uses ticketing, on-chain ticketing, and you're utilizing the protocol. You want funding. One of the ways you can help get funding is first read through the proposals, engage on them, engage in their discussion. Protocols usually have place for discussions before the proposal is brought to the DAO proposal. And through it. I think I've exhausted, at least to some extent, how to get started with DAOs, and encouraged us to participate, because these are open globally. It's your participation that brings opportunity to your builders, to you, and to your community. Whether builders, creators, or bring value through, you could have a treasury, and maybe the team is saying that for us, we shall always put our treasury votes. You can even influence the outcomes of voting if you have a serious treasury that holds a sizable amount of that value. It may not be a sizable amount per se, but probably in the protocol, you guys own a sizable amount of voting, because not all protocols are the same. Some protocols are small, have very few holders of the voting tokens. Some protocols have very huge voters of the voting token. Yes. So away from Tally, I've also remembered about Gitcoin funding. Gitcoin funding is also a public good funding strategy. I think they have GT25. And they have a forum before they propose who to fund and what they are looking for funding. Because this public funding, anyone can apply. So it's just encouragement for you as a community to always apply, have something, have a product. We're doing refi, know where to go and apply for refi. There are very many DAOs. One of them is to planting trees, or making sure that you're taking plastic waste out. There is a lot of protocols of DAOs, not even necessarily protocols, but of DAOs that you can go and propose freely. So Bitcoin funding has also a forum. It's also one of the public goods where you can go for grants. But even itself as on what they want, on what they are funding. So let me see if I can explore the vectors. Let me see if we have. So new products, explore projects. So crowdfunded, funded. Most of these are funded. You can see when they open up maybe a funding round, so that you can participate. So if you're not in their forum, you're not in their Discord, you will not know when they have opened up a funding round. Yes. So these are one of the ways we are answering the question: how, where is the value? How do we tap into the value? And these are some of the solutions that we have come up with from the Decentraport team. So we are not exhaustive enough. There is a lot of funding that is happening in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I think we are not funding that is happening for those that are contributing to the Bitcoin ecosystem. So always research and share with friends. The other thing you can do is always checking on the Kamagap. There are platforms like Kamagap where you can build your portfolio. So for example, if you get funded, you can put your project on Kamagap. As to grants, you can explore grants for builders. Create a project. So you can create a project, and then when people come to fund you, use this as your resume. When you get funding, you also show how you spent the funds, so that you can easily access funding. Projects. These are some of the projects. I think there is where you can explore funding. So this project has received 14 grants, 10 milestones. So Kamagap is a great place. I think I can add it here. Please feel free to stop me, ask questions on anything. So all these are platforms to bring our ideas into realities, to provide us with grants. The reality is we lose like 100% on the opportunities you don't try out. So you can be in the ecosystem, always research and know how and when. You can endorse a project. You can come and even fund between yourself, create a community treasury. Probably I think we are going to create a decentralized treasury. We have one internally that is starting up, whereby we can influence funding of even some of the projects that we have or that we want to be funded. Maybe one of the members of the community has written a proposal, and putting in our support and one of the ways to encourage the community to fund that project. And when the money comes, maybe the portion goes back to our treasury, so that we grow the treasury in such capacities. Yes. I can't believe we've gone for an hour. So we've been talking about coming up. I think the other platform I can talk about is Talent Protocol. So I've seen some of the mile-based, opportunities here on Talent. So building pays off, where you come and build. Okay. So maybe if you contribute and earn, I think this is one of the next. So the other point was active involvement in on-chain asset management. With decentralization, we really have an opportunity to enlarge our small beginners. Because now usually we've had these sort of beginners chama where maybe people collect money and one takes at one point. Make sure that we have liquidity, but we can take this on another level. Maybe it's doing things on chain, maybe having like a chain safe where we have different wallets that must sign before funds are disbursed. And But this is, you will really, really realize that to engage meaningfully in some of the DAOs, we have the Uniswap DAOs, like almost every protocol has a DAO. Sometimes you need to vote, and voting needs you to have tokens. They are just inaccessible or like sort of put in a stake over that period of time, and after voting, you receive back the tokens. So just as holding those tokens during that time and endorsing a product and a project would really be beneficial for us. And maybe for some of this, we need like to bring our resources together and have things moving and benefit from this decentralization that is happening. So yeah, we can take it even to another level and just say we use decentralization, whether it's a multi-sig, whether it is a Moses safe, whether it's a smart contract, because that will really make sense other than you having a token that does not have impact and voting alone. It will also help those that are in the community that are having proposals to have a backing from us. So sometimes maybe you've seen Bitcoin and there is a project you're doing and you're part of our community, you have a stake. Yeah, we could say that we are staking and backing your proposal, and this will really push and also encourage the community to vote, because they will know that there is a backing, and that can only be this thing that shows that the project that is being pushed is legit, because there is already people voting. Most of the time, even this money comes from the treasury of the protocol. So, meaning that if somebody's project is voted on using, let's say, our treasury tokens, we are not going to lose our tokens, but then he's going to receive money from the treasury to implement that project. And as we continue implementing these projects, because these are decentralized protocols, that means that we are growing the protocol and we are also growing our skin in the game, increasing our trust. So I want us to broaden our knowledge. It's not just coding itself. The real good thing with coding is that you don't have to invest any money, but you have to invest your head. But at least with your funds, we are now having a turbulent bear market. We can use it in voting, in promoting proposals that matter, and also promoting our proposals. Yeah. So those are some of the things. So I had a thought, not just a thought. It's what we started on internally, slowly by slowly, of forming an internal treasury for reactive members. So as a central code community, a small treasury, which we are growing and seeing how we can make it transparent, how we can engage on many researchers hit as they move on in their Web3 or life journeys as a whole. Okay. Yeah, the other thing is open source. So still on the issue of the opportunity, where is the opportunity? Because that's what always comes to mind. Going in for this cohort, why is it 16 weeks? Why is it 4 months? Where is the opportunity? So, as we try to curate this, we're really going for that opportunity. And the other opportunity is open source. Many of us don't know really the advantage of open source, but I can start from here. That actually, many of us probably who are here have interacted with the computer. Some of us have programmed in Web2, and there is a time where you program a contract, I'll get a gig, I'll land a gig as a freelancer. But in some cases, and in many cases, this doesn't happen. Again, now after learning your skill and technology is moving fast, you hit the bureaucracy, lots and lots of interviews. even when they don't know that, even when they know that they won't be able to. Web3 has this opportunity of open source contribution. One, the first platform is learnweb3.io. So, when I look at my GitHub, I encourage you, you can follow my GitHub. Yeah, please, follow me on GitHub. We can connect. So username is Caxp, but we are on open source. So when I got my GitHub, I have some of these achievements. So some of these achievements, I made them through open source contribution. And this is my portfolio, literally. Most of the time when I'm going to work on a given, sort of gig or something, somebody will first come to my GitHub and looking at, me contributing to open source projects, it means that I've been interacting with code. It gives them a point of confidence. So it's very, very valuable because most of what speaks for us in the Web3 ecosystem is actually your reputation, and your reputation is your work. So one of the easiest ways to contribute in the Web3 ecosystem is to go to learnweb3.io. I think this was 2024 when I chose. I didn't have any of these. And I said, since 2024, I have to get some of these. And then I went to this platform, learnweb3.io. So learnweb3.io is a platform also for you to learn about Web3. But there is a branch for open source contributions alone. I think this company. So this is always updated. Most of the protocols, they put up their issues. So now this is a good first issue. You don't need to become an expert as you're learning. Simply and just as you're learning, you can come, contribute, read through also code and see if you can contribute. Ask for do clone the repo, try to do what they are saying you do. If you get it right, then ask for rights to contribute, and then create a GitHub, create a pull request. So now this is chain link. You may find that this is a very small issue. Some issues are for documentation. This is hard cheats, proofs, facts. Good fast. Maybe you can go through just looking at good fast issues and see trail of bits, those auditing. Yeah, this is how I really, really ramped up and grew in my development journey. Also, it gave me the confidence to come and contribute. And this is also another way of how you can quickly learn a job. So let me say you contribute to this first issue. If your contribution is matched, it's a pathway for you to start a conversation with the maintainer that, hey, are there paid opportunities? Maybe I can keep working on this repo, I can help out. Are there paid opportunities? Because they have proof that you know what you're talking about and you've contributed. So open source contribution is one of the things that are in the Web3 space, and they can easily run you up the ladder. So even from this first session, I want us to take it surely and for sure that we have started our Web3 journey. You walk the talk, like as we're moving, you do the talk. So yeah. Please, if you need a break, you let me know. Usually don't look at time, and I think I speak fast. So whenever I need a break, I'm trying to make sure that I look at the comment section. Yeah. The other place for open source contribution, maybe for you've learned, you're becoming very good, you're participating in hackathons, you need the money, is talent protocol. So most of the protocols that have like small features that they want to do, they come to talent protocol, and yeah, top best builders January. So there's January top best builders. They're giving 5 ETH to 500 winners from January 1st to 31st. Start earning, you can engage. Those of us who are doing stacks. So stacks also has the impactful. You can enter all these like opportunities to contribute. So you can come and see your position in the stacks ecosystem if you're contributing, and then they give STX tokens to those that have contributed, but they want to contribute to. Probably I could say, let me concentrate on just the STX and stacks protocol. Read about it, and then just make sure that I'm contributing to it. And yeah, you come here, you just suggest on giant protocol, and you participate. So these are open source contribution. You don't need to be yapping anywhere. Not yapping, because yapping is also an economic activity. You don't need like to be on X, so or somewhere. But yeah, these are opportunities. So base is always rewarding those who are, if you're based and you're participating on the base app, maybe your base posting. You're going to be part of these people, so you can come to talent protocol and see, look through where you can go and earn rewards by being an open source contributor. All sort of, yeah, in that category. I think we've now exhausted some of the biggest question in the room, the elephant in the room. Where are the opportunities? So far, that's a good exhaustion. Now, after that, the biggest question is where to go from now. Okay, we've seen how do we get started. Yeah, that's been part of a very big part of the session. We have started the cohort. So now where do we start it? For sure, we are going to start from this slide. So open source programming. I wanted to, I think I can create one. Eraser. Let me see. Yes. Someone put up their hand. Alright, so I think as I'm talking about personal branding, we are going to get our hands a bit dirty. Any questions up to this point? No questions? So, where do we start from? As we've been going. glow system, meaning that your clients, your bosses, your projects, and the people you're working with are usually on the internet, on X, on LinkedIn, and on GitHub mostly. There are other platforms like Substack. Yeah, but we can take this as our case study. So I think in this space, let me see, on this, we are around 15 and more. So we are going to have something to do. Yeah, we have the rise up ready. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have created a pad here. Let me share it. I think Manuel, you can share it in the message. Is it the message? Is it the... Yeah, okay. There's jobs that 5 DM friends and beat someone share the list of the. Okay, so okay, so let me share in the Razor, and we are going to start with having something like physical on the branding. Okay, well, thank you for the link. So there is a link in the messaging section. So you can copy the link and go. We are going to share Central Bootcamp cohort soon. So we're going to share them. You can go in the pad and put your name, Alexander. And then GitHub. GitHub link. And then that's the LinkedIn link. mine is so why does this matter? So if you didn't have maybe even just following, this is your first network. So let's this for now. We can use these links to follow each other, and you can also come here like sometime later and follow the who in the space. So you can use this to start, for example, your journey as you in link. So I think my internet is a bit poor. So yeah, we shall be following like that. So if you see your friend has written their X handle, you can give them a follow. You can connect with them, and yeah, that's the beginning step of your brand. Because the best way to get there is always post what you're working on. Yeah, even when you're just starting, you can create a small tweet. You can create a thread. Yeah, and one of the best ways to go about it. So for me, maybe probably I can let me create a tweet and just to I think here can be okay. So we can screenshot. I'm going to leave this one. So yeah, you can screenshot if you're in the session and then maybe probably post. And the reason why I don't want to screenshot is because I'm using this to record. Recording. So let me. Okay. It's amazing. So you can target people. Starting cohort 2 at the central code. So one of the ways I write is at where I tag maybe a protocol. So now at least I've tagged the central code, and then they will get a notification. It's great. So you can add many things. I just want to do. This is a desktop. This is this. Just like that. Post. So it's all about consistency. Even if people are not reacting, even if they are reacting, that consistency will make sure that when a person visits, they can easily come and see, okay, this person is really doing work, so maybe we can work with them. Yeah, so personal branding, Make sure that your X is active. Engage with those that you think need your value and you think can give contract. Yeah, then LinkedIn. So most of these platforms I'm talking about are really boring. Many people use them WhatsApp, Facebook, but we go where the market is. There's a big crypto base on X, and we call it even crypto Twitter. We call it crypto Twitter because there are a lot of people in the Web3 industry that live on X. And on LinkedIn you find many professionals, people who you can DM and they can easily reply. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, go there, create one, and start slowly, maybe say we'll engage twice every week. You network, and because you get the roles. Then your GitHub. As I said, many people don't know that actually you can follow someone from GitHub. So yeah, if you've got into someone's repositories and you see a repository that you use, you can star it so that maybe you feel that this repository, I've used this, it works for me. Star it, follow someone and tell them to follow you back, things like that, so that you have a reputation in this industry. So if you're someone who's doing analytics like Dune, you can have a Dune platform which talks about the analytics that you've done, and things like that. Any questions? So if there are no questions, we continue. I saw in this, so I'm going to share about Forecaster. Okay, I think Forecaster is a good place if you're the best app. You just need to know, how do I make the money? Some people make it on Forecaster, others on and there are very many social platforms where creators go and build portfolios. So feel free to do that. You share this. I'm going to share this after I'm done, so that I'm sure no one else is editing it. Follow each other and start your journey as a campaign. Let the internet know your progress daily and consistently. Now you are in the bootcamp. Let people know what you've learned in the bootcamp, what you've self-taught, build something. One of the things we really are up to at the Central Code is to run a product-driven bootcamp where we are pushing ourselves to make sure that in the bootcamp we build as many products as possible. From the smallest, you learn a concept, use it to build a product, then you learn another concept, you add it on a product, and the product becomes more usable, bigger and better. So yeah, whatever product you build, speak out there. There are other things like ambassador programs, managing Discord channels, and many other things. For you to get those roles, you really need to be vocal. People need to know that what you are asking for, you can do it. You've already demonstrated that you're doing it. Yes. The other thing is creating companies in ourselves. The reality is that there is a hit, like a high up for us who are in the global south. We need to go beyond the required. So it could be easy that, as a team, some people here, we are over 15 plus, so you can create 3 teams and then come up with a company and explore all these different journeys, maybe run your own treasury and have someone always, engaging in in on-chain activity, in reading in given protocols. Probably you do research and you do some protocols, and then maybe you have an arm of builders, people are building products that are solving the population problems, and you have writers. Yeah, creating a company becomes easy because every protocol has grant programs, but they want products. They want to see that these people are skin in the game. They have built something. It's not another. And sort of adoption. So as a team, you need to present something for you to be heard and to be given maybe the funding that you need or to grow. So creating teams and creating sizable companies can be one of the things. And the good thing with it is it's on chain. As long as you've agreed on certain terms internally, you can create your product on chain and it is usable globally. Okay, so it is very crucial. So in this field, if you know your things and you're quiet, you've done, say, if you're in Updraft, you finish the course, you're quiet there, it's only living on your GitHub, it will really be very high for you to get rewarded, to get freelance work, to get employed. Employment in this field is too hard. Freelance work, partnerships, like collaborations will really be hard because people will not know your capacity if you just do things and just leave them on your GitHub without shouting about them on your social media platforms. You really have to. Yeah, you have to go out to space. I know most of us Ugandans are very preserved people. Let our work speak for you. You speak your work that speaks for you. Yeah, that's how it works. You have to speak for your work and then your work speaks for you. You have to show your repositories, create the videos. If you can't create, have someone in the team who is helping you with the graphics, things like that. Okay, so yeah, we are moving on well. 20 minutes to the second hour. And yeah, that was our last, I think, slides. After here, I'm really, we really want to hear from some of us here who we are at bootcamp. We had our first bootcamp in 2025. So I guess from 7, we want to hear your stories. We want to hear how you've moved this past year. Web3 field moves fast. In this field, you can't learn something and have it because every time you have to keep learning, but there's also an opportunity. Every time there's an opportunity that when you come into that space, you can easily lead in what you've learned and how you execute it. So from 7, I would request those that were in the previous bootcamp to really prepare, just saying hello, telling us your entire way of how you've seen it, how you've maneuvered to stay in the space till this time. There are very many like turbulences. Some people have issues with internet. Some people it's inconsistent. So yeah, it would really be an honor. I urge you to stay on. We are only 19 minutes to completion. So research tomorrow, yeah, we are most likely going to be looking on wallets. I don't want to, after having all this information, then start on a topic of wallets. Since wallets are one of the most crucial part of our interactions, both on chain and off chain through off ramps and many other things. So you can go back, read about it. If you have a MetaMask wallet, use it. Security. Most of us have Binance. It's just a research challenge for the board. feel free to, and then credit. We are 18 minutes to ending. Okay, to opening up to those that have been here and the opportunities that they have. They have seen challenges, how they have kept on in the field or even out of the field, in the tech field generally. So special thanks to, in 2025, that's when we did our first cohort. So cohort 1, was 2025. The reason for this special thanks is we are running both on-site and online. So there are a lot of efforts that are going on to make sure that we can house people, that we can have food, and we can also deliver to meet our own expectations, so that we don't waste anyone's time, but most importantly, we grow as a community. So the Decentral Code team, Manuel, Magoli, Kakoza Vianney, and Twin Kekari, please follow these individuals on X. Follow them on X. Give them a thumbs up. Retweet their work. The reason I'm saying that is because, this time we are making sure that we join hands to make sure that you receive this experience seamlessly. One thing I've been talked about is go to our YouTube channel. So let me go there. So last year we had the bootcamp, and we have most of the work of the channel. So so you can go to a playlist, and then Joseph, check out your X link. It's not thinking up. Well, thank you for that. HTTPS. Let me just copy it. I think now it's fine. GitHub. So hopefully I won't mess it out. LinkedIn, we shall see. We are seeing Musa, great. So after this, if you have any posts, so link to text post. So please, when you create a post, you can put your name below this, and then the post you've done, so that other people can react to it. Give it a, you can give someone a like. Yes, you need, react to their post. We are all going to be in these sessions together. So, move people's accounts quickly, help them become discoverable. Some people are not discoverable, some people are not taking it seriously. Things like that. Okay. Where are we? So I encourage you can subscribe to the Central Code. We have these were projects. We always have Pitch Tuesdays. They happen on site, but we usually put up the videos for others to see. These Pitch Tuesdays help us to get good at pitching, but I think so here are the sessions. So the first cohort bootcamp, you can go through and see how it went. And we want to create this year's also playlist. So just come here, look through the previous playlist. Yeah, we're doing our best to improve, but this is already standard. So yeah, subscribe please. I think we can push the Central Code YouTube to new heights. So always don't forget to subscribe and like and do everything you do YouTube. So it was still having shout out. Look for Team Kekare. Yes, we are really really worked hard to make sure that this happens. The space is conducive for those that are on site. Welcome the people that are already on site. Our friend, oh God, how embarrassing is it that I'm forgetting the name? But welcome you on site. So feel free, and those that are still coming. So I want to thank the team that is making sure that we have these sessions. I think I will have these with Manuel. This time I'm very blessed to have other tutors as we grow the team. And I also want to give a shout out to the former partners. These were Ugandans who amidst really all the challenges just backed me up in some and many other ways. So at Angela Mlikatete, that's her ex-handle. You can give her a shout out. Bossa Josh. These were the people who really backed up this. And I'm really grateful because running such scale initiatives, for someone to be at your back, they will just believe that you're in your right senses. Otherwise, it was very hard to see. So please, I want to give this some time. Follow each of these people up. Let them know that you've been here. You can give a comment. How do I get access to that page? I would also want to add my links. Okay, so wait, the page is right here. Okay, let me see if I can. Yes, so thank you, Manuel. So the page is right there. Add your links. Get with other links. And let's connect. So let me put mine. So I've made a Twitter post. So I encourage us, make a Twitter post. You can target the central code. So you come here and copy the link. This can be a great start for you. Great community. You are starting from hopefully something like some percentage. So you can always engage with my Twitter post. A like, a reply, anything, a repost. And I encourage other people to add their links, follow each other. This is a good way to start a bootcamp. So before I conclude, right now I have 9 minutes to at least let the team of those that were in the previous bootcamp really take us through. I also love and want to hear from them, their experiences and how they have stayed in the field and the opportunities they have seen, the challenges, just that blank conversation. But yeah, we are having the Chainlink bootcamp. I think. Okay, Ruth. Rachel, your hand is up. The floor is yours. Rachel, is it Rachel? I don't know. Rachel, Raquel.
Sorry, that's a mistake.
All right. So let me also share the link to what I've been sharing. But as I was saying, we have a Chainlink runtime environment. So it's here, I think it is convergence. Yes. Convergence hackathon. So hopefully it is this one. Okay. Yeah. So just use this to, this is a hackathon going on for this entire month. You can use this to be your starting place. Yeah. Why am I saying this? Some of us think that we are going to start testing these waters after the hackathon. Simply you creating a team, going through just Chainlink, because this hackathon is about Chainlink runtime environment, and I know you may not know anything about Chainlink, about the runtime environment, but that's not the only things they are testing for the hackathon. Your teamwork, how you inquire, and since it is going for over a month, it's global. Just get the feel of a hackathon. If you've been part of a hackathon, get to know how to sort of network, and network with others so that build something. So I'm going to just share this in also right here, just for us to take it as a test way of participating in a global hackathon. It could be a test, you could take it serious. I think it has good bounties, 100,000 to win, in using just Chainlink runtime environment. So you could choose to read about it. As long as you can bring anything on the table. Some people can be good at designing, some people are good at prompting AI. So feel free. I just want us to embrace the spirit of working together. We realized it's really, really hard thing for us to, whether it's Africans or for just our generation, to team up. We want to do things solo, and sometimes you cannot be an island of everything, most especially in this field, because the knowledge comes and things change fast. So someone will know something as you're learning it, and collaborating is the best. Okay, I have some 4 minutes to invite the alumni. I'm really, really humbled to have us here. Yeah, so in these last 4 minutes, I think I still encourage us, please put your credentials, let people follow you, you should have a start of, let people, let us follow each other, let's create a community, and feel free. So after there, make tweets, it could be afterwards. This will still be open, the Rise Up part, and we are going to be using it for lots of things. So Rise Up part is open for up to 60 days, so it's going to be open. After creating your tweet, you put your tweet down below here. Okay. So yeah, I want to thank us. Thank you so much for starting the bootcamp, for being part of the second cohort. It's amazing. We have started. We are serious. We want us to grow. So we are not here to just teach. We are here to also learn from you. It's a sort of peer-to-peer movement. You can become good at something, very good at a thing that even me, the tutor, doesn't know. So I'll always be engaging us. I'll always be also learning from us. So at this point, I want to welcome the alumni, those who are here in the first cohort. If you were online and on site, the floor is open. I hope you guys will sort yourself on how to speak. Thank you.